Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the recent horror film Crawl. For those of you who might need a refresher, this is from producer Sam Raimi and director Alexander Aja. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. This is the movie about the father and daughter who are trapped in a flooding house filled with alligators during a hurricane. Yes, you heard that right. That is exactly what the movie was about, which was why it was so goddamn entertaining. Now, before I begin, of course, and I go on and on, please be warned that this is a spoiler-filled movie review. Again, if you haven't seen the movie Crawl yet and you would like to, do not keep watching or listening. I will be discussing key scenes, plot details, characters, spoilers, all that jazz. So again, if you'd like to see the movie and you haven't yet, don't keep watching or listening to this video. It will ruin it for you. That being said, spoiler warning has been given, so here we go. Spoilers starting now. Very entertaining movie. Solid, entertaining creature feature horror film. This movie just reminded me so much of classic creature features like Tremors. This is a Graboid t-shirt. And then one of my other personal favorites, Arachnophobia with Jeff Daniels and John Goodman. Now, normally those films included a cast of pretty impressive cast filled with quirky, likable, memorable characters. But and it was usually about a small town community or a small community being terrorized by a monster or multiple monsters. In this instance, it's not necessarily this movie doesn't necessarily have that element, but it does have the struggle and fight for survival. And it is definitely a man against nature film. And I'm not just talking about the alligators, because there's some pretty intense, pretty scary scenes in this movie where they were fighting the elements of the hurricane as well. They were fighting an escalating, intensifying hurricane while trying to fight for their lives against these ravenous alligators, and it was awesome. It just delivered a super fun movie. And with only two leading characters, you can't kill them both, or you could kill one of them. I thought for a couple times they were going to kill the dad, but they didn't. So when you can't kill your two lead characters, you get to have other multiple side characters who are going to be the hot items on the menu. And sure enough, that included the two cops, the three looters across the way at the gas station. Was there someone else? No, I think it was just those five, I believe, and plenty of alligators. And like any other creature feature or man against nature film, they have a great scene where the leading character, or the hero or the heroine, basically delivers the killing blow to the main monster or one of the monsters. And in this case, both lead characters got to creatively kill an alligator each. Barry Pepper, the dad, got to cut one's head off or kind of sever it at the neck with a shovel. And then the daughter got to use the flare, the emergency flare, and jabbed it right in the side of the gator to get her to let her go. I also love the fact that they incorporated real life alligator ambush tactics in this film, because they are ambush predators, and they also do they have a death grip and a death roll. Once they have a food item in their mouth and they're in the water or underwater, they start spinning upside down in an attempt to drown the prey. And I like that they incorporated real life animal behaviors for obviously very fictional, not real animals in this movie. Alligators looked pretty damn good. They were scary. There were quite a few times where I kind of jumped in my seat, because it was that kind of movie that delivered those kind of scenes. But it was intense, it was engaging, it was exciting, it was pretty much everything I was hoping it to be. And at first I was a little concerned that they included some of the scarier best parts in the trailer, but then I think one of my favorite parts is when the second cop, is out on the boat and he's just being ripped apart by 4 or 5 alligators, and they all just tear him apart, leaving a big bloody mess in the water. And it was just an intense, fun, gripping movie. And it was just so perfect, too. So simplistic. I just loved how simplistic it was. I do like the fact that they gave the lead character, the girl, Haley, they gave her an edge because it could explain why she was able to kind of outswim and outmaneuver the alligators, being raised as a swimmer her whole life, from when she was a kid to now when she was in college. And so that gave her sort of an edge over the alligators, because one could argue how unrealistic it was that she could outmaneuver and, get around these alligators. But when you've been training to be a swimmer your whole life, it does give you a certain edge or an advantage. But she still sustained a couple of nasty bites, as did her father. I think because they couldn't kill him, they just had him like lose his arm, get like his ankle snapped off, or like hanging by the bone. Ooh, that was hard to watch. But overall, entertaining movie. Really liked it. I'll probably see it at least one more time on the big screen. What did you guys think of it? Was it everything you were hoping and expecting it to be? Did it blow you away? Did it totally crush and disappoint you? I want to hear your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Crawl is now playing in theaters. Oh, and by the way, there's no post-credit scene. No need to stick around unless you want to hear the humorous See You Later Alligator song from the 50s. All right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy Crawl, and of course, until next time, may the force be with you.